It's about time, bitch.
My name is Miss Tyffanie Morgan.
Rowena away. It's Joy.
What's going on here?
Just a whole lot of celebrity.
Pause for applause. Woo.
Hello and welcome to What's the Maple Tea? With your hostesses,
Tyffanie Morgan. Oh my gosh, what was that?
and Rowena Way. What's the Maple Tea is the live broadcast podcast where we talk about everything Kingston Drag, RuPaul's Drag Race, Canada's Drag Race, and Rowena talks with food in her mouth.
How much food? What kind of food? Was it a schnitzel? Was it a sausage?
I think it was a smoked sausage.
Smoked sausage.
Smoked sausage, yes.
Was it full of the aged cheese?
No, because I am what? Lactose intolerant.
Yay!
And yet,
We're like lactose intolerant buddies. Like, do we do the Coco Chanel sort of thing? Oh,
they can't see.
There we go.
There we go. We are airing live on, of course, our Facebook pages and YouTube and Twitch. So if you are just tuning in right now, hello, I'm back, bitches. I'm back.
Bitch is back. The bitch is back.
The bitch, yeah, the bitch is back. Stone cold sober. Well, no, not really, no.
Oh, you're so singing Hocus Pocus 2, which seemed to have gotten weird mixed reviews.
It did get weird with mixed reviews. I was actually singing Elton John. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they had redone the lyrics for that.
The witch is back.
Oh, what happened there?
Your browser lost connection to your webcam.
My browser lost connection to my webcam.
I'm gone. Does this mean I can eat?
Well, basically, yes.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Well, it's the Tyffanie Morgan show today, everyone. Just Tyffanie Morgan.
Hello, Tyffanie Morgan.
Oh, my goodness. Am I back? I'm back.
Yeah.
Again. See, the witch is back. How many times will this happen during this episode?
I don't know. That was very odd that did that.
Because we air live, you can actually comment and talk to us while we are recording this podcast. And, you know what? It makes it more fun for us, and it makes it more fun for you because you can say whatever the hell you want, and we only block you if we really need to. You got Zoom bombed for the first time the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, and for some reason, my chat may not be working 100% right now either, which is like so weird. Anyway, so yeah, I was doing. Oh, there now it's working. So it was. Because I'm a gardener.
You are a gardener,
and I'm trying to become I'm a master gardener in training.
She's already a masturbator, and now she wants to be a master gardener.
I want to be a horticulturalist.
Yes. Wait, no, horticulturist.
Hey, actually, both are.
Is it
acceptable.
Horticulturalist?
Both are acceptable.
So you want to be a
horticulturist?
You want to be a whore for culture, or do you want to be a whore for horticulture?
I'm a horticulturalist.
Okay. Yes.
We got a hello, gorgeous. Hello, gorgeous.
Hello.
Gorgeous. Yeah. So part of that for Kingston, so Rito, Thousand Islands, Master Gardeners, which is it's all regulated and all that kind of stuff. So our local group, we do this Zoom. Ask a Master Gardener series on Thursdays.
Ask a Master Gardener.
Yeah. Ask a Master Gardener. And whoever it was, they even registered to be in there, and somehow like totally bombed it. Every time the administrator rebooted them, they logged back in somehow. And it was like it wasn't one of those, we've all been in those Zoom ones or whatever, and it's like text. They're like, oh, click on clickbait or something.
Yeah.
They're like, check out my OnlyFans.
Oh my God, yes, check out my OnlyFans.
Yeah, but no, this was like, I assume teenagers, and they would just turn their microphone on and start screaming and calling
those damn kids.
those damn kids, those darn kids. Yeah, and I was just like, that was a bit more jarring. That was a bit more jarring when you have people screaming at
When
you.
they're like, ah, da, 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 yeah. Do you remember that drag show that I did during the pandemic over Zoom, and I got Zoom bombed? Do you remember that?
We all experienced that, didn't we?
Yeah.
During the pandemic. Oh my
Everyone,
God.
and everyone was trying to boot them for me. They were like, oh, it's this person, because they kept logging in with new names. And I eventually was able to cancel new logins, like prevent new people from joining, and boot the people. But every time I would try to boot them, they would like change their name, and so I wouldn't be able to identify who they were.
Oh, that was the trick
Yeah.
that they were doing there too.
Apparently, our stream does not want me to be on it today.
Yeah. It may be the camera. It may be just the camera.
Maybe it's just a loose cable somewhere.
Yeah, that could be it. It might be that. But anyway, keep
We'll see.
talking,
We'll
because
see.
they can still hear you. They can still hear you.
You can all hear me. Can you all see me?
Papa, can you see me?
Wait, I started performing that at a show the other. Oh, right. I was doing my bingo at Daft, my monthly bingo. And for some reason, I left my playlist with all of my drag music just playing. And yes, I have a playlist with all of my drag songs on it that I just listen to frequently because, I'm self-centered and I just want to picture myself performing constantly. And Papa, Can You Hear Me came on. And so I just started singing along, but everyone's like, what the fuck is happening right now? And why is Yentl playing in Daft and, and all these things? And I loved it, and people thought it was hilarious, so it all worked out. But Papa, can you hear me? Papa, can you help me? Papa, can you... No. Yeah, help me not be frightened. Yeah. I love Barbra Streisand.
Yes, give it up for the divine Barbra
The
Streisand.
divine Barbara.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of my monthly bingo.
Yes, Rowena. Oh, speaking of your monthly bingo.
Speaking of my monthly bingo.
You have some announcements, don't you, Rowena?
I you know what? It's not even the announcements. I feel you were telling me earlier today that you think that I'm overdoing it,
Yeah,
which is very possible.
Just a little bit.
It's very possible. But I was thinking about it, and actually I convinced my partner this. Actually, no, he said this to me. Which is
Okay.
we both know him, and he is not one to encourage me to take more shows.
No.
No. So, because he thinks that my drag sucks, but he's entitled to his incorrect opinion. So, I have what amounts to 6 monthly shows that I do at various places.
On the regular.
That's what monthly means.
Yeah, okay.
You know, it's kind of like getting your period, like monthly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I have the open stage drag show the first Wednesday of every month
At the Grad Club.
at the Grad Club.
Tomorrow, Wednesday, the 1st.
Yes, and it is the 1-year anniversary of the open stage. The second Thursday of every month is Thick and Thirsty Thursday
At Daft.
at Daft Brewing. The third Friday of every month is Tasty Trivia with Rowena Way at Carlo Estates
Oh, yes, out in the county.
out in the county. The last Thursday of every month is Bingo at Daft. But I also have, over the summer gets really busy. I have Queers and Wines Night that I do every month at Adega, and that starts again in April. That's also in the county. I have a monthly show that I do in Trenton, the Grind and Vine, and that alternates days, but it's monthly show. And I'm doing monthly shows again at Taiwan Creativity Bar. So I have what amounts to, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 monthly shows every month starting in April. plus all of the other shows that I do. And this could be really overwhelming, especially because I travel for work. So I'm frequently gone for like 4 or 5 days at a time. But I actually find it very invigorating to know that I am, as they say, booked and blessed. Booked and blessed. But also, like, it's a guaranteed stable income outside of my regular job. And I find that very liberating, is to know that no matter what, I'm bringing in kind of this cash flow that I can use to reinvigorate my drag. Because most of my money from drag goes into drag. Goes to buying fabrics, goes to making outfits, buying wigs, shoes. I just bought 2 new pairs of heels this week.
Oh.
I'm very excited. Very excited. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you break those heels? Did you break? Because I just remember you bringing these platform heels to the rink, to to Frontenac's game night, and I was like, "You are crazy! You are crazy!" And so, did you wear those in Belleville? And did you damage them? Like,
no, I one of my first drag purchases ever was a pair of patent leather, like vinyl thigh-high boots that have now ripped. Just like the seams are kind of ripping. And rather than gluing them back together, which is something I could do and probably will do, I just bought a replacement pair.
Well, hey, maybe a hand-me-down.
I could hand them down to someone else. I could.
They won't fit on these thighs, though.
No, but they might. I mean, they might fit on some of these other girls.
Actually, maybe. You got thick thighs from working out.
I got thick thighs. Thick thighs make a dick rise. Thick thighs make a dick rise.
Okay, so you got, as of April,
seven monthly shows
a month.
So, I mean, right now I have 6 monthly shows. Plus, I do extra shows at Spearhead and Something in the Water and all these other places.
See, that's where I. So I think I haven't really talked to you about this, but because this makes me nervous, because you also do, like, once every quarter, let's just say, a really big production show, and I'm like, if you're going to be working 7 shows a month, especially also summer long, like, how are you going? I don't know how you're going to do it. I don't know. You say you can do it, and I know you can do it, but I also expect me to be getting a few calls every.
Well, so here's the thing. Here's the thing with having a regular show. And this is why I wanted to talk about this today. It's because when you have a regular show, it's not necessarily the fact that I am constantly doing this regular show. What it means is that there is a regular time and place that you can always find drag in Kingston. And Thick and Thirsty is me, traditionally, with 2 other people. Bingo is me, but the open stage is like 10 performers every single month.
Oh, yeah.
The Tasty Trivia, like, sometimes it's another queen in the county when I can't make it. And, like, even Bingo, I've started trying to get other people to be involved with the show. So if I can't make it, like, Lilith hosted it in January. You've hosted a couple times. And Dare de la Femme might be hosting in March. So, I mean, it's an opportunity for the community to know that there are drag shows. There are queer events that are happening on a regular basis. And the fact that that is consistent and reliable is heartwarming to me in a way that goes beyond making money. Because, like, sure, I like money. Everyone likes money. Money makes the world go round.
Money makes the world go round.
But the whole reason I created the open stage, and half the reason that I do drag, is to create spaces that are safe for the queer community. And having regular shows means that people know where to go to feel safe at least once a month, twice a month, 5, 6, 7 times a month.
Rowena's going to Beyonce the hell out of it. Yep. Okay, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, anyways,
just remember us small people.
Don't worry, you have magazine covers.
Oh, yes. Where is my I don't know where my magazine is. Oh, there's a copy in the
Broadview magazine, the cover edition with myself, Tiffany, and Dare de la Femme.
Oh,
sorry,
rephrase
Tiffany
that.
Morgan, myself, and Dare de la Femme is only going to be available on shelves for another week or so.
Yeah, that's good. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you don't have one, head out to the Loblaws, Shoppers Drug Mart. Try and find them there. That's traditionally where you can find them. The larger places.
Yeah,
Places.
especially if they have one of those huge magazine kind of sections. Those
Yeah.
Quite often those Shoppers Drug Marts may have them.
Yeah, like the one over in the Kingston Center and stuff
They're
like
sold
that.
out though.
Oh, are they sold out?
Oh yeah,
I did buy
we
two
sold
of them.
Out. We sold.
I did buy two of them.
We bought them out.
You can also read the article online though, but that's less fun than having a hard copy version that you can get Tiffany to sign.
You know what's really interesting, Rowena, is Rowena. I don't think I'm pronouncing words very correctly right now, but I am. They're going to do this special thing. So Broadview reached out to me, and I guess they have like a book club or something, a reading club, and they. So I'm going to be doing a little Q&A for some of the readers next Monday.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's very bespoke, limited sort of thing. So
That is so cool.
It's really cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward. But also, the other two people who are going, there's two other presenters too, and I can't even remember their names. Reverend Tony. They have articles in the paper as well, and like, oh my gosh, like to be talking with. I'm going to say Reverend Tony. I don't. But it's like, oh gosh,
Big deal.
Sometimes you get. Do you get, Rowena? This is a good question for you.
Okay.
Do you sometimes get that imposter syndrome? Where you're like, I don't really think I belong here, or this. I do you get that? Because I do get that now and again. Sometimes not.
So I have a level of confidence that is unparalleled, and some would say is too much, and not to the point of delusion, because I am aware.
Yeah,
I'm aware.
I'm aware.
However, that being said, yes, I do get imposter syndrome. However, I recognize it, and I say to it, "Fuck off," because I know that I'm good enough.
Yeah.
And every time I do something new where I get that imposter syndrome again, like performing with larger crowds and like doing things with people that I've never worked with before, like I get that syndrome where I'm like, what if I'm not as good? What if I'm not good enough to be doing this? And then I think, no, you've worked really hard. You've earned this. Do it.
High five. Yeah, there we go.
And it's the same with you. You have held Kingston together for years, long before I was here, and I mean you're still doing it
with gum and shoe paste.
It's very true. I mean, you use that Elmer's glue to just sniff and squeeze all over this queer community, and you know what? It worked.
Oh my!
It worked.
Gosh.
And we've had more than 15 new performers come out this year.
It's insane. The Wellspring, like this is even more so than that first Wellspring back in like the late 80s, 90s of drag here in Kingston. That's insane. That's just, it's so weird. Yeah, it's so weird.
And I mean, some of them perform more often than others. Like there are some who really want to pursue drag, and there are some who are just doing it as a pastime. But both are valid. You don't have to do drag as a career. You don't have to do drag as a regular thing. You can just pursue it as a part of expressing who you are, as a part of expressing your art, and yeah.
Oh,
I'm preachy today.
Yeah, and that preaching, suddenly we lost 4 viewers.
Oh, I'm sorry. I will be the hateful cunt that you all know again. I will be that person. See, this is why Denali called me preachy.
Denali called you preachy?
Denali called me preachy.
Rowena, you need to tell us that story. I don't remember that story. I remember Denali talking about you. Was it with the Queen of Wheat? What was it with?
So Denali was supposed to be coming to Kingston.
Oh, I almost forgot about that.
Yeah. And the ticket sales weren't going very well. So
yes.
Honestly, I blame you, Kingston. Sorry. But she was supposed to be coming to Kingston. Ticket sales weren't really going. And so the people who were bringing her, who I will not name because we don't talk about them anymore.
We don't talk about them.
I was hired to host the show in Kingston as well as the show in Peterborough because I'd already worked in Peterborough a couple times. And so I went to Peterborough to host Denali. And it was me and a couple of the local queens there and then Denali. And we were sitting in the change room, like we were all getting ready, and we were just talking. And one of the local queens was talking about how she was going to be bad mouthing one of the local bars because they said something. And I kind of turned to her and I was like, girl, is this a space that is like good to the queer community? And they're really welcoming you and they're doing all these things? Because if that's the case, then bad mouthing them publicly and saying all these things when they really didn't do anything except like cancel a show on you is going to ruin connections and ruin this place that's trying to help you, that's trying to be supportive of you.
Okay. Yeah.
And so Denali kind of turned to me and she's like, that was a very pageant response. You're very preachy.
But no, I think that was probably the best response because you have to sometimes take emotion out of it and then look at the bigger picture sort of situation, right? So,
and I mean, we as the queer community constantly have to fight. And I mean, we're fighting now. People are trying to ban people from being trans all over the United States and Canada. People are trying to ban drag in the presence of children. People are trying to ban drag, period. Drag has been around before Shakespeare. Before Shakespeare.
Documented.
Drag has been in pop culture in modern society for 100 years or more. Like, you're not getting rid of us. It's not going to happen. We need all of the allies we can get.
Yeah.
And so burning bridges because they've said something to you that's not related to being a member of the 2S LGBTQIA community, just let it go. Deal with it personally. Be professional and support the community as a whole.
Girl, this sounds like the concept of solidarity.
Yeah.
We need some solidarity out there, you know? Allies get together, and I think they have been. Like when there's the protests for drag storytime, for instance, you know, whatever part of the fabric you are of the queer community, you're there. You're there supporting drag storytime because, you know, like, hey, not all aspects of the queer community may be supportive of drag per se, you know, like each individual their own, but I think they still recognize the importance of drag story time.
They recognize the importance of
and showing up,
teaching
and showing up and counter protesting.
Yeah. It's what I love about the story times in Peterborough. I think I told you about this, but the Peterborough Public Library wanted to hold a story time, and they got death threats, bomb threats, other threats of violence, both to the drag queen Betty Baker, who's going to be in Kingston actually in 2 weeks. The drag queen Betty Baker, who was doing the story time, and to the library. And the library canceled that one story time, but because of that, they rescheduled another one. With additional security and police presence and everything. But then, because there were 26 protesters at that story time, the library pledged to do an additional story time for every single protester that showed up at that story time and every subsequent story time. So those protesters are just making it even more gay in Peterborough by protesting it.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love it.
I was asked about some of this, like what my thoughts were about the protesting of drag storytime, and to me the aspects of protest, like I understand, it's like I love, like, protest is there because we're in a free, open society, you know, where you know, you can express your opinions. I agree with that. However, I sometimes wonder when protest turns into personal attacks on a building,
violent attacks.
Hey, I don't want to get into any definitions of what is violent, what isn't violent, but you know, some of those things I would personally call as violent. But yeah, and I'm like, is that legitimate protest? And but and this is happening, but this seems to be a societal thing that people who are like, I'm protesting, and they think it's legit to harass you, your family, calling, like, saying that what you're doing is wrong is one thing. Saying that you are wrong
is completely different.
it to me is something different. Yeah. But I don't know where we fall in the society with that. Do you think our authorities are doing anything appropriately about this though? Because I feel like I'm like,
I mean, yes and no. I think that in some ways authority is doing the stuff that they're supposed to do. They are providing policing. They are looking into death threats and bomb threats and threats of violence and all of those things. Like things that are actionable in a like police sort of way, in a law sort of way. But the protection of freedom of speech, especially in the United States, is people will go, I mean, the freedom of speech extends to their hands, their guns, their all these things, and it's terrible. And I feel like in Canada we're doing a little better with that, in the States less so. But the problem is that the government,
government,
the good old government,
we're going to use the air quotes, government,
the government does not always support people like us, and does not do everything in their power to enact laws to support people like us. Yeah. And it depends on the government.
Air quote,
but it's so no, I don't think enough is being done. Anyway, so that was a deeper conversation than I thought we were going to have today.
Yeah, we're like 28 minutes in, and here we are talking. We were talking about your upcoming shows. We started talking about protesting drag story time.
I don't even know how we got on.
We talked about Denali.
I said I was preachy. That was it.
You were preachy.
That was it. That was
really. I don't think she's preachy. Do you think she's preachy, people?
You know what? I don't like to think that I'm preachy. I like to think that I am passionate.
Yeah.
And that's different. I mean, I'm also a bitch, but I'm a bitch who cares.
And I'm a horticulturalist.
Exactly. I'm a bitch with a heart of golden ice.
All right, Rowena.
You had something you wanted to talk about today, though.
I don't even remember what it was now. What did I want to talk about today? I did want to talk about the drag story time, but yeah, upcoming events too.
I mean, Kimmy Couture and Michaela Couture are coming to Kingston.
Well, before that, there's
what do you
Lilith
have?
Kane's birthday.
Oh my God, Lilith Kane's birthday!
I think you're on the poster.
I am on the poster. I do share it. I share it. I just sharing is caring, right? So I don't have to outwardly care if I'm sharing it.
Yes, so Lilith Kane's birthday on March 11th. Why does March 11th? Is March 11th St. Patrick's Day, or is it the 17th?
No, that's the next weekend. That's the 17th of St. Patrick's Day.
Okay. I don't know why March 11th rings a bell for me. But I'm also, that's like my drag month as well for birthday.
Oh, yeah, your drag birthday.
So this is Lilith's actual birthday. Please go buy tickets. I think she's worried about ticket sales. Please buy tickets.
Well, it's because there's a show at Something in the Water this Thursday. So her tickets are going to start selling after the one on Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Lost thought.
Sorry.
Lilith Kane's birthday. Go buy tickets for that. Because we love Lilith Kane. We
love her, yes.
And then there's that big Michaela Couture and Kimmy Couture show at the Ale House on Wednesday the 15th.
Yes. If you don't have your tickets, you can use the discount code SISTERS, SISTERS, all caps, in order to get $5 off any ticket.
SISTERS in all
caps?
Yes,
that's the one. $5 off any ticket, all tickets that you purchase. I'm super excited for it because, well, one, they are sweethearts. And two, they are some of the best lip syncers I have ever seen.
Oh, are they?
Like, actually, yes. They are dancing divas for sure. It's going to be amazing.
Oh.
And that's in 2 weeks. 2 weeks tomorrow.
Is it Dynasty?
Yes.
Of drag.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to get that. Sisters! SISTERS. Use that in all caps. So if you're listening to this podcast, guess what? I think the promo's ended. But if you're actually watching,
No, it goes all the way up to the show.
all the way up to the show. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. So hey, you guys get to see.
Yeah,
this
you get to
here.
see it early. You
Okay.
get those tickets early.
Yeah. I'm going to take this off the screen, though, very shortly. Because I want you all to be putting in those codes and buying those tickets now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to that. Like, because it's, people have really, people have come out.
People have come out for these shows. People enjoy them.
Yeah, on a Wednesday, too. Like, that's always been like, oh, like a Wednesday? Yeah, they come out. They come out.
And I think it's March break. So I think that there might be some families. I mean, if you have under 19-year-old kids, I'm sorry, they can't come. It is in a bar. But if you are, a parent who has March break because parents, come on out to the show. Enjoy it.
If you're a teacher or a principal without your own children and you're like, what do I do during this week? Do I actually grade? Do I do all this? No, just come out and drink.
Exactly. Come out and drink. Come out and drink.
Come out and drink.
Yeah.
It's interesting. There's no chat. Either that or my chat is broken. My chat may be broken. I don't know.
Is your chat broken? Shall I check?
I don't know. But maybe my chat is broken. I don't know. Because that person may be messaging you on your profile, which you have reconnected. But anyway. Drag Us to Nationals. We're doing that show in April. Lots of shows going on. Lots of shows. And then I also just posted a few other testing. Thank you. I see that. Testing.
Nope. Yep. See, those are the only comments that I've seen.
Oh, okay. So
You're all
fun
good.
and so great. Such talent. Oh, so fun and so great. Such talent.
I see. Yeah.
Thank you. That's me. I know that's me.
And I'm trying to figure out. So, Drag Us to Nationals is happening in April, and honestly, full circle moment. You ready for this?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I, as a young boy, went to drama camp.
Oh,
multiple
really?
times. Yes.
Really? As
Can you
young,
tell? Yeah.
youthful. Really?
Actually, it was musical theater drama camp.
that's very.
I was
pinpoint,
the only
very
boy.
Pinpoint,
I was
very,
the only boy.
Yeah, of course. Yep.
And you know what? There were girls in drag in those performances too, because they had to play some male roles. Suck it. And so I performed for this drama camp at the theater in Gananoque at the Playhouse.
At the Playhouse, the Thousand Islands
Yep.
Playhouse.
And this will be my first time at the Playhouse in the actual theater since that drama camp, and seeing my very first ever play, Anne of Green Gables.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'll be on stage performing.
Yeah, you know what?
Full circle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. Suddenly I'm having a moment here. I'm like, I've never gone to the Thousand Islands Playhouse to see a play.
Really?
I've only gone to do drag shows.
Wait, you've done drag shows at the Playhouse, like in the actual theater?
Yeah. Like, what is, it's on the main level. I think it's a black box theater on the main level, isn't there? Or is it only one theater?
I thought there was only one theater.
Okay,
but-
yes, and then I have done.
I mean, I haven't really been there since I was really young, so.
We got a comment here. Perfect night for your cheer outfit.
I'm sorry, I have a cheer outfit. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, maybe.
I might have a cheer outfit.
But no, I've done. So years ago, there was a Gananoque Pride. God, you probably would have been 12.
Depends on the year, but yeah, maybe.
No, you remember. Wait, how old are you? Anyway, we'll do the math later. But
I am 32.
well, you
I
might.
am
You might have been 8.
32,
You might have been.
going on 33, baby. I'm feeling old.
Oh, you would have been. You would have been. I was going to say overseas, Alberta.
Overseas. I mean, I could have been overseas as well. It depends on the year.
You would have been.
Rowena's had an interesting life. If you ever want to sit down and chat, you can. It's very weird.
You would have been in Alberta, but yeah, we did. There were shows there, and even, which is so funny. Well, anyway, not funny, but it's just I've been around a while. Let's just say. So I think the director of Thousand Islands Playhouse, I actually had him in this living room interviewing him for.
Him in this
for a podcast, Breakfast with Tiffany podcast. Let's clarify that. But he was doing a play here, and it was a one-person play, and he was playing a character who was like a housefrau, a transgender kind of male acting as female sort of role sort of thing. And I guess it was based on like a true story or something like. Yeah, it was really interesting. Brett, that's his name. Brett Christopher. Anyway, so yeah, I maybe will bump into him later on.
Ooh,
Who knows?
maybe.
Why am I going down that diatribe? I'm sorry.
I love it. I love the history. The history.
All these things. Right on that couch over there too. That couch right there. And no.
So last week you had Lilith Kane on.
I know. Wasn't it great?
I don't know. I haven't listened to it.
How dare you?
I know.
Oh my gosh. No, Lilith Kane was really lovely having her sit here. She put that table right there so she can put her drink on.
Oh, she didn't do what I do and always put my drink on the speaker?
On the speaker. No, she did.
Does that give you anxiety every time I do it?
No, well, yeah, whatever. Anyway, I would just charge you for a new speaker.
I mean, at some point you probably should anyway.
Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lilith was here. We had a grand old time. What were you doing? Where were you? You were overseas.
Last Tuesday. What was I doing last Tuesday? Oh, no, I was in Trenton.
Oh, you were
I was in Trenton at the Grind and Vine doing a ladies' night and the feeling's right.
Yeah, the ladies' night. Oh, what a night.
Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night.
But yeah, so we if you had anything to talk about the lip sync battle at RuPaul's Drag Race.
I just wanted to say.
And I am telling you
that Sasha Colby and Anitra was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. And I feel so bad for Anitra that she had to lip sync 3 times because I actually felt like she beat Lux Noir London in that second one and Jax. I felt like she should have gone through, but I feel like she was kept for production purposes because only Anitra could send home Jax.
Oh, can we? Yeah, everything was just rigged. The whole thing was rigged.
It was rigor mortis.
It was rigor mortis. The whole thing was rigged. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
However, I got to see Anitra and Sasha Colby lip sync against each other, and that's all I needed. That's all I wanted. I felt so happy deep down inside, the area where my homosexuality resides, just beneath the surface. And I like Sasha Colby. I feel like a lot of people weren't seeing why she's such a name, such an icon, but her lip syncing is just so perfect. She is a master lip syncer because not only can she dance, she embodies the music when she moves, and that's the most important part. Like the most important part.
Yeah.
And I felt like I've been having arguments with people about Jax for the last couple weeks because people have been like, oh, well, Jax is such a great lip syncer. Like, look at all the things she can do. Yeah, she can do things, but she doesn't embody a song. She performs, but she doesn't embody the song.
Oh, yeah. Maybe she doesn't feel the song. Yeah.
Whereas like Sasha and Anitra, even Lux, like they embody the song while they're performing. And so I felt like Jax deserved to go home.
Yeah. But it was interesting because I asked your opinion because at the last bit where there was more like, oh my gosh, what the hell? So there was 3 of them, Jax, Anitra, and Spice. And Anitra had to choose which one she wanted to lip sync against. Or well, which one to save.
Yes.
And she saved
Spice.
And I was like, my thought was, oh my gosh, like that could have been an easy win. That could have just been like blah, blah, blah. But you had a lovely opinion about it.
I think that it would have been just completely like terrible. It would have been just like destroying this person. But also Anitra is one of the only people who could send home Jax. And I think she knew that but she also wanted a challenge. She's
yeah.
like, you know what? I want a lip sync. Like, I want a battle. This is a battle. I know I can do it. I'm confident. Let's kill it. And she saved Spice. And I mean, it made for better TV.
I thought it was you who had the opinion that she's like, do I choose someone who has 500 million followers on TikTok to send home?
No, that was not me. I did
That
not
was
say
not
that.
you. Oh, it was
No.
someone else then. I thought that was you.
No.
I was like, do I send home the 500 million followers on TikTok and forever be like known as the bitch? Or
I mean, that's what I would have done. I got like 3 different people messaging me being like, Rowena would have performed Celine Dion, It's All Coming Back to Me Now, better than these bitches. And I was like, this is so true. Although I really did enjoy Selena, because Selena and my take on that song are very similar. I'm just a little bit more flagrant with it.
Can we talk about Miss Colby's performance? And it's really like seeing her perform, because I saw another video because she did a special party for the 200th episode.
Yes, she did.
And I love some of her dance moves, because some of her dance moves, she kind of brings me back. Kind of brings me back to drag that I remember in the early 2000s. And I remember drag queens who grew their own hair, and they would do those. What she does is she pulls her hair up and she's combing her fingers through it, and that was a thing that queens who had their own, like, grew their own hair, they would do that just to show, like, hey, it's not a wig sort. So I'm like, these little nods that I just love, because I'm like, that's taking me back. And she's as old as dirt.
She is. She's been doing it forever, but she's still incredible.
Yeah, but that move is still.
She's also
stunning.
just a nice person.
Oh my! Do you get that impression too?
I get that impression.
And that's the one thing that I get with all these drag artists, like the winner's circle, the top 4, all that. Like, and especially when they come here, you just want to be friends with them.
I mean, not all of them, but yes, I get what you're saying.
That leaves a very open door for me.
We're
to
not
ask.
answering. I've been watching on TikTok late at night when I should be sleeping. James Corden, who's problematic in his own way, but James Corden, when he interviews people, and it's like, spill your guts or stuff your guts, where they have to, like, you get asked a
Tell the
really difficult
truth?
question
Yeah.
that you don't want to answer, and then the alternative is eating something really gross, like cow eyes or like fish testicles or something.
I haven't eaten yet, Rowena. My Swiss
Sorry.
chalet is sitting over there. And don't tell me this shit. You already eat half of it.
I only had 2 bites. Leave me alone.
Oh, my God.
I got to have a piece of chicken. That was it. That was it. I'm hungry. But yeah, I've been watching that stuff.
So
I don't know how I got on that topic.
What about this last episode, which is the 200th episode?
The ball. I have one thing to say.
You better work.
Anitra killed this episode. Killed it. She killed it. This spine glass ball gown was perfection. There was nothing negative about it. It was absolutely amazing, and I was shocked that she didn't win. If not her, then Mistress, because I actually felt that Mistress had the best package overall. I really, really, really liked Sasha's looks. I did believe that she should be in the top. I thought that the top 3 were correct. I did not agree with the bottoms, on the other hand.
I'm not even remembering who all these people are. Fuck, I'm like, bring it up.
So the top 3 were Mistress. That had to construct outfits with actual fabric, which was great, and crystals, which cost hundreds of dollars. So good for them. It's the most expensive construction challenge they've ever had.
Yeah, Sasha Colby, Anitra,
Mistress. And I thought that Mistress or Anitra should have won. Probably Mistress, because her overall package was the best.
Oh my God, like that ball. So they had to bring back an old ball concept, and that ball, like, at first I was like, oh, she's clearly watched Canada's Drag Race. But I still love that look
Mm-hmm.
with the inflatable beach balls.
I really loved her.
Oh,
her
her
take on the Well, I loved her construction, but I really loved her take on the racing outfit that had all of the quotes from the big girls on it, like proportionizing and all of those, and it was really good. I mean, Sasha was amazing, but I did not think that she was the best of the three. Now, let's talk about the bottoms because I was upset.
So I'm just looking at the scores because sometimes I feel like these wins, like who they actually choose out of the three to win, they're just trying to balance and make you wonder who's going to win at the end.
Sasha was the first to get two.
Sasha's the first to get two. Anitra's already had a win, and so it has Mistress.
Yeah. So I did not think that I did not think that Lucy LaDuca deserved to be in the bottom for her looks. Her looks were quite good. I was surprised. Her bag ball, sure, maybe it was a little less, but I definitely would have put Malaysia in the bottom over Lucy. Yeah. And even Spice. Like, Spice's looks were actually not that bad, and her construction was not that bad.
Well, her construction was glued together, and I think that set her apart from everyone else who
sewed things.
They all sewed, I think. They all sewed. So it's really hard. It's really hard. I do think there was some rigor mortis with Lucy being in the bottom because the storyline thus far is how Lucy being upset that
she's the new Jan.
She's like, I'm the new Jan. I'm the new Jan. Yeah, she doesn't. Does she say that? Anyway,
no, she doesn't say that, but she is. She's the new Jan.
She's like the new Jan, and I think that's just production. They're just trying to weave that storyline. Did she deserve? No, I don't think so. But I also didn't think she was going to lip sync.
Yeah,
which she didn't.
Yeah.
So.
But, I mean, Selena sent Spice home, and, I mean, the lip sync, was a little strange. Spice did nothing serious, complete goofball of the song, and Selena took it too seriously and made it a really emotional song, and it was very strange for a rap song.
I felt uncomfortable watching it.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest.
I didn't feel comfortable. Mostly because I was like, I know the outcome, what this is going to be. Like, how are these two people who are emotional? They're in a high emotional state at that point. Like, how is it going to pan out? And yeah.
But Spice went home, and we're now at the top, eight? Top 8? We're halfway through. That's half the queens. Half the queens are gone. Where are they going?
Where are they going?
Do you think there's going to be another twist this season?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. What's it going to be? What was the first one?
Wait, is it 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 8. Yeah.
We're halfway through the season.
What will the twist
More than halfway.
be? We're going to now have
another snatch game?
Oh.
That would be hilarious.
They could do that game. Yeah. Whatever, Snatch Game of Love or whatever it was. Yeah.
That would throw them all for a loop.
No,
what is next week's episode? Next week's episode is a
what is it? Improv.
Yes, they have to host a talk show.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I feel like we'd be good at this.
Well, hopefully we could.
Well, I mean, I at least come up with questions on the spot.
I come up with questions.
You do in advance.
Which is smart. It's smart to have those questions kind of like in your head already percolating. Yeah. You know, not ask them like what their shoe size is. Like, oh, I know how to ask a question off the top of my head. What's your shoe size?
Do I ask them what their shoe sizes are?
I don't know.
I don't think I do that. Side note, my shoe size is a women's 12 in case anyone wants to give me high heels. Thanks.
Gosh. Anyway, so yeah, improv. We'll see how that goes.
We'll see. I imagine. I actually think that most of them will probably be decent at it. I can't picture in my head someone who will be terrible at it.
I worry about Selena because I think she's like
she's floundering.
She's just she's feeling. She's emotional. You could tell when she had the one-on-one with Rue before the make challenge, like before they actually made outfits.
Yeah.
She was already in tears.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and then after this next being in lip sync for the battle sort of thing, I can see her, or
she'll win.
or she's gonna like, fuck this, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win. Yeah.
I mean, drama. Okay, before we end, I need to talk about the most important thing.
The most important thing.
Have you seen Cocaine Bear yet?
No, but I'm seeing all the memes for it.
I need to see it. I love terrible movies. The worse, the better. I need to see it.
Someone suggested double eviction, perhaps.
Ooh, maybe like Selena and Lucy at the same time. Are we back to 90-minute episodes this week?
We are back to 90-minute episodes.
Yes, we actually get to see the queen say things.
Yeah, so we'll actually see the mini challenge. There is a mini challenge this next week.
There's a mini challenge this next week.
There is definitely, yeah. But yeah, Cocaine Bear. I see some memes. Do you remember when Coca-Cola had this, like during Christmas, they had the polar bears?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, Coke Bear versus Cocaine Bear. and it's just, oh my gosh. Yeah, it sounds like it's a really stupid movie.
Oh, of course it is. That's intentional. I think they knew that.
I saw the previews for it a very long time ago.
I'm so excited. I'm going to go see it in theaters.
When will you have time?
That's a good question.
When will you have
Good question. I'm very excited, though. I am going to the War on the Catwalk in Ottawa. I got meet and greet tickets. I shelled out the money.
Oh, War on the... Yes, that's who is in that tour?
Brooklyn Heights, Trinity the Tuck, Heidi and Closet, Silky Nutmeg Ganache, Kylie, Sonique Love, Jasmine Kennedy, Jimbo, Giselle Lullaby, and someone else. But I'm very excited because I'm going with Funeral Face Nails.
Oh.
And she finally gets to meet Silky in person for the first time after making her all those nails.
Oh, yeah.
And we're really hoping that Brooklyn's going to be there because she's co-hosting with Trinity, I think, because the filming for Canada's Drag Race kind of overlaps. Because she's been trying to nail Brooklyn for the last 2 years. And so hopefully we might actually get to do it finally.
Funeral Face Nails wants nails on Brooklyn Heights.
Yes, she does. On Canada's Drag Race? Who knows?
We want nails on Brooklyn Heights.
We want it, Brooklyn.
Yeah, we want it.
I know you don't listen to us, but you could listen to us.
Your people call our people. Okay, that's really exciting. And you're going to be with, oh my God, you're going to be invited to the VIP. It's going to be great. Sitting alone in the VIP.
Sitting alone in the VIP.
Jimbo.
I know Jimbo, and I know Giselle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know Jimbo too. But Jimbo, it's just amazing how Jimbo's career's like going.
I've
crazy.
Heard. I have rumors. I'll tell you at the moment that we finish this
podcast.
podcast.
Oh no! Don't leave it.
Oh no!
Don't
leaving on a cliffhanger. No!
My name is Miss Tiffany Morgan,
and you can find her at
Tyffanie.com. That's TYFFANIE.com. I've owned that domain forever and a day.
And you can find me. I am Rowena Way at rowenaway.com, and I've owned that domain for a year and a day. And also check out all of my events because all of my repeating monthly events are all on the website and on dragshow.ca.
Yes, and if you're an event organizer, you can submit your own events for free
all across Canada
and post them on dragshow.ca. And thank you. So I do want to say thank you because you are an event organizer. You actually submit events to dragshow.ca.
I do. I just submitted like 30 events in one day.
Yes, you did. And there's a few that are sitting in my mailbox that I have yet to approve, but I will do that.
The fact that I can do repeating events makes life so much easier, by the way. So thank you for that.
When you have 7 shows every month.
Imagine having to submit 7 shows every month to dragshow.ca. That would be a lot of work.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for listening, and you can catch us again next week on What's the Maple Tea?
And check out our podcast on themapletea.ca.
And on podcast listening servers everywhere.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.